Good morning. It's Wednesday, the 22nd of April 2020, and it's time for another Ash Class Daily Challenge. You might have noticed I've got something a bit strange on my head. That is a clue for our new topic. Do you know the name of our new topic? It's called Wild Things, and it's all about wild animals and about certain places in the world where there are lots and lots of wild animals called rainforests. We'll learn about those a bit later on. Can you guess which wild animal I'm being today? I'm being a zebra. It was supposed to be a clue for the story that we're reading today, but I didn't have the right animal, so zebra's as close as I could get. The story we're reading today is one of my favourites. It's a classic. You probably have heard of it already. You might have even read it already, but we're going to enjoy it again anyway. It's called The Tiger Who Came to Tea. I love it. You might have seen a film of it on at Christmas. It was brilliant. Really good. I'm going to read the story now, and that's going to be our task A. So sit back and enjoy the story. The Tiger Who Came to Tea by Judith Kerr. Once there was a little girl called Sophie, and she was having tea with her mummy in the kitchen. Suddenly, there was a ring at the door. Sophie's mummy said, "I wonder who that could be. It can't be the milkman, because he came this morning." And it can't be the boy from the grocer, because this isn't the day he comes. And it can't be Daddy, because he's got his key. We'd better open the door and see. Sophie opened the door, and there was a big, furry, stripy tiger. The tiger said, "Excuse me, but I'm very hungry. Do you think I could have tea with you?" Sophie's mummy said, "Of course, come in." So the tiger came into the kitchen and sat down at the table. Sophie's mummy said, "Would you like a sandwich?" But the tiger didn't take just one sandwich. He took all of the sandwiches on the plate and swallowed them in one big mouthful. Oh, and he still looked hungry, so Sophie passed him the buns. But again, the tiger didn't just eat one bun. He ate all the buns on the dish, and then he ate all the biscuits and all the cake until there was nothing left to eat on the table. So Sophie's mummy said, "Would you like a drink?" And the tiger drank all the milk in the milk jug and all the tea in the teapot. And then he looked round the kitchen to see what else he could find. He ate all the supper that was cooking in the saucepans and all the food in the fridge. And all the packets and tins in the cupboard. And he drank all the milk and all the orange juice and all Daddy's beer and all the water in the tap. Then he said, "Thank you for my nice tea. I think I'd better go now." And he went. And we're going to leave the story there for now. And that was task A. Now that was only the beginning of the story. We'll have the rest of the story another day. We will finish it, don't worry. Task B today is for a job for you to write a list of all the things that the tiger did or ate at Sophie's house. So I remember one thing that the tiger had, and that was cakes. He didn't just have one cake, did he? He had lots of cakes. So because there's more than one, we call that a plural. Can you say plural? Plural. Plurals means we've got more than one of something. So if you have one cake, you've got 1. I'm going to write the word cake now. It's a curly one. And then year 1s, you'll know this, it's the modifying E, split digraph A sound. Year R's, you haven't learnt this yet. So year R's, you know this A sound. And that would be right. If you spell the word cake that way, that's right for you, because that's what you've learnt so far. But year 1s, you have learnt the split digraph A sound, which we know is going to have a modifying E on the end for cake. Ache, and then it's a kicking one. Cake's quite a tricky word actually. Cake, and then a modifying E goes on the end. Ache, ache, cake. But he didn't just have one cake, did he? He had more than one. He had plural. The plural word, cakes. What sounds needs to go on the end to make that a plural? Cake, cakes. There we go, cakes. So that's one thing he ate. He ate more than that though. You might even want to use your imagination. That's absolutely fine. Task C today is to imagine what might happen if the tiger came to your house. What might he do? What might he eat? I had a go at this, and I had to write a big old shopping list of all the things that he'd eaten from my cupboards. So now my cupboards are empty because the tiger's been and eaten all of these things. So I wrote another shopping list for myself. And these are the things I needed to buy. So year 1s, when you're writing your list, I'm expecting you to remember the rule for spelling plural words, which is if a word ends in a hissing sound like sh, ch, s. Do you remember any others? And x. They might be doubles, by the way, so it might be like glass or fluff or, well, that wouldn't be a double. If a word ends in a hissing sound like this, when we turn it into a plural, instead of just adding a s on the end, like I did with cakes, you need to add, for one of these words, you need to add not just an S, but an ES, okay? All the other words would have usually that on, unless they're irregular, which a lot of words are. So hissing sound gets an ES. Here's an example. If the tiger came to my house and he ate some radishes, I love radishes, sh. That's one radish. You'll notice that it ends in the sh hissing sound. So when I want to turn it from a singular, radish, one radish, into a plural, lots of radishes, I have to add not just an S, but do you remember what we just said? We have to add an E and an S. Radishes, radishes. Okay? Radishes gets an ES because it's got the hissing sound. But if the tiger wanted to come and eat some lemons, so if he ate just one lemon, that would be lemon. That's the singular, one lemon. If he ate more than one, lemons. Do I need to add an ES or just an S? Is the end of that word a hissing sound, a ch, sh, x? No? So it just needs a s on the end, lemons. That doesn't follow the hissing sound pattern. That is just a regular word. It just gets an S on the end. But watch out for those sneaky ones. If you want a reminder, do you remember the Nessie video we watched a long time ago with the pluralator? I'll put a link to that so you can watch that as well if you like. It explains it really nicely. It's a nice little recap. So when you're writing your list year 1s, please remember the rule for spelling plurals. Thank you. And that's it from me today. I hope you enjoyed the story and I hope you enjoy writing your list of things the tiger's going to eat. I will see you tomorrow. I may or may not be a zebra then. Okay, bye-bye.